Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title guys, in light of everything that is currently going on once again with Taylor Swift and her insecure ass, I literally just came across a content creator ultimately talking about how Taylor and Travis, they has ultimately postponed their wedding. Are we sensing trouble in paradise here? And to be honest, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised because this woman, like I mentioned in the earlier video, this woman, instead of her coming out here living her billionaire life, she's literally out here obsessing with all of the women that Travis Kelce has been involved with. And to be honest, I don't really blame her because there is no way that Taylor Swift in any lifetime would be able to compete with any of these women. But we already know these women, regardless of them knowing exactly what time it is, because of the society that we live in, these women like to play delusional. Nonetheless, guys, listen to what this content creator here had to say about them allegedly postponing their marriage, and then we will come back with more.
Hi all. So over the weekend, there was a report basically saying that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have put their wedding planning on hold, okay? The Page Six company line is basically saying that Travis Kelce is figuring out his NFL career and possibly considering retirement, and Taylor Swift does not want to bombard him or overwhelm him with wedding planning at such a difficult time of his life, okay? And I don't know if they think we're dumb. Like, are we supposed to believe that? Because I certainly do not, okay? To be honest, like to me, that just quite frankly does not sound like the full truth, okay? It just seems a little bit odd. And also, if that was really the case, like, why would you need to announce it to the press? Like, why would we need to hear about that, right? To me, honestly, like, there was a note. I will tell you that there were some blind items that came out a little bit ago, which, blind items, very touch and go. You never really know what they mean. And also, like, they're basically usually not true unless you see, like, multiple blind items saying the same thing. But in any case, there was a blind item that came out, like, maybe a couple months ago I saw, that said that the prenup negotiations were not going as planned. So who knows, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, perhaps that's what's going on. But let's not forget the whole charity mismanagement thing that happened quite recently. And as I mentioned in that video, and I will mention again, that whole charity mismanagement thing is very antithetical to like the Taylor Swift brand. Like one of the things that she likes to be known for is her sort of charitable contributions, and Travis having a sketchy charity, like, I don't know, it just seems like something that is something that her brand would like very much, okay, is what I gotta say. The thing is, that thing got me kind of thinking, okay? It got me thinking, right? Because as I said in that video, there's a few reasons why that story might have come out, right? And one of which might be, like, I think it was reason number 2, which is like a soft launch of the breakup, right? Because first, right, the charity story comes out, right? Then now we're talking about, oh, the wedding planning's on hold. Like, it's kind of giving Trouble in Paradise vibes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are these things coming out in such rapid succession? It's only been like, this year's only been alive for like 3 weeks. It's like the 20th of January. Like nothing, it's a very short time. It just kind of feels like the same sort of like slow fade, canary in the coal mine type thing where we've seen in other like celebrity rollout breakups. So I don't know, girl, my antenna is very much up, okay? What do I think about Taylor and Travis? Listen, there was a time in the very beginning of their relationship that I actually really wanted to believe in it. I thought, well, maybe Taylor is going to end up marrying somebody who's just like very different than all the people who she dated. Like oftentimes with marriage, that's what ends up happening. Like maybe she does need like a grounding force because, she's like an artist, she's got a lot of feelings, and maybe someone who can't necessarily engage too deeply emotionally will be like a good fit for her, like all this kind of stuff, right? Like, and even on the New Heights podcast, like even though there was like moments of like condescension and like talking down a little bit, I kind of thought that they were cute, for a second. I kind of felt like a little bit of like a Tavis believer, and I thought maybe it was refreshing, and I thought maybe it was a good thing. But here's the thing. I started getting skeptical after the Eras Tour documentary. And why is that, okay? I felt like the whole Eras Tour documentary was basically them trying really hard to sell that Travis is Taylor Swift's Happily Ever After to us. And I feel that the effort to sell that made me feel as if there was something fishy going on. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when people are really trying to push a narrative, it makes you think, like, is that really what's happening, And that is what made me feel more that it might be more like brand activation. It might be more about like the potential profit than it is about any sort of like real romance going on between them. But neither here nor there, okay? So I don't know. What do I know? And then obviously there's, like, as I mentioned, there's a whole like charity scandal. It wasn't a good look, and I think it's hard for me to separate that whole charity thing from how I view him as a partner from Taylor. And Taylor is a very rich and wealthy woman, and Travis was not worth as much money like when they met. And when they met, that's really what propelled him into superstardom. I can't help but wonder whether or not there's something to be gained through his relationship with Taylor. Like, you know what I mean? So I've been very skeptical of him for a little bit now. So yeah, that is what it is. So if you're asking me, what are my thoughts? Do I think that they're going to make it down the aisle? Listen, I want Taylor to have her happily ever after. But if you're asking me, my guess would be like, it's giving the bolter. Like, I don't see it. Like, for whatever reason, I just haven't feel it in my spirit that it's going to be a situation where the engagement gets broken off, probably by her, or maybe she like does a runaway bride thing. Like, I don't really know if I really see them getting married for whatever reason. I don't know why I don't see it. Like, obviously, conceivably, it could happen and it makes sense because they're obviously engaged. And, you know, she was talking about in Life is Sugar, I want a whole block looking like you. But for whatever reason, I just don't really conceive it actually going through. And that's just my opinion. I don't really think she's going to go through with it. That's just my instinct, okay? And like I said, I really think that what's going on is that Taylor is really trying to convince herself that this is the right relationship, convince herself that he's everything that like Joe Alwyn wasn't, or everything that like Maddie wasn't, or all the other guys weren't, you know what I mean? And I feel like, but really at the end of the day, the relationship feels more than anything like it's something that her parents want, something that the brand wants, and something that she wants to want because her parents want it and because the brand wants it, and it would be good for her bottom line, and also she wants her happily ever after. But whether or not it's actually the right thing, I don't really know. I don't really buy it. It feels more like a brand obligation and a brand strategy than it feels like love to me. I don't know though. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. What do I know? I'm just a person talking on the internet. Who knows? What's my final take? I initially liked this relationship, but I do think that we're watching the slow rollout of the demise of it, okay? I think there's trouble in paradise. I think there's more to this holding up wedding planning thing that meets the eye, because they easily could have just delayed the wedding quietly. Why did they have to talk to us about it? I don't know. I feel like everything that comes out in the press, you have to understand that it's coming from people's teams and it's strategic, okay? It's like either getting ahead of something or getting behind something. So that's just what I have to say. Listen, I'm suspicious. I think that this news is worth paying attention to, is giving canary in the coal mine. So we'll have to see what happens next. And that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, you guys also know that I also had to bring a few comments on here for you guys. So, as y'all can see, the very first commentator say, it's wild to me that nobody is considering that they're leaking these stories so that their actual wedding day ends up being a secret. This one say, I think Taylor team is soft launching the breakup. This one say, text between Taylor and Blake Lively just dropped. This is just a distraction and probably not true anyway. This one say, it's because they cannot book the glam ball. This one say, why are we so giddy at the possibility of someone relationship breaking down? I think it is so interesting that when it was Travis and Kayla Nicole being talked about literally 8 times that we log on to social media, these same women that you guys are viewing here having so much to say, they had absolutely nothing to say about that. But now that it is one of them, notice how she's coming out here talking about why people are wishing on their downfall. Not really, like I said. Taylor Swift, even if she managed to get married to this man, a lot of people think that he's only doing it because she is indeed his retirement plan. But let's just be honest, this man has a track record. She's not his preference. This is exactly why she felt so insecure that she had to went out here and made an entire song talking about all of the beautiful black women that he has been with. This one say, album 13 being a breakup album. Thank God. This one say, hype as hell for this breakup, can't lie. This one say, he's too busy watching heated rivalry. This one say, he won't sign a prenuptial agreement. That my theory. This one say, the next album is about to be Runaway Bride. This one say, I threw up in my mouth when she said his job was so much more important and harder than hers. This one say, sorry, I still think Joe was the one for her. I don't give an F. This one says Swift wedding cancellation is on my 2026 bingo card. This one says my guess is he has been a fun and relatively healthy rebound relationship, but it never should have ended with an engagement. The content creator said bingo. This one say Haley Seinfeld and Josh Allen got married in a gorgeous ceremony and we didn't even know about it. This one say I think this is a PR relationship and they didn't do proper research on Travis. I doubt they will get married. This one here responded by saying yes, because they had to scramble to get him quickly after their first choice, Maddie, almost got Taylor canceled. This one here responded by saying her mom organized the whole relationship too. It is all PR. This one say it was so strange that they confess it in the dark. Like, why else would your mom pick your boyfriend in your 30s? This one say, Maddie Haley, you have one chance to do the funniest thing ever. This one here responded by saying he needs to release his album ASAP. This one here responded by saying, yes, please. Oh, bye. This one here say this is the first real stretch of time they've been together without their careers being hyperactive, especially since the Chiefs didn't make the playoff. No jetting off to games and shows and press, just real life. She talks a lot about them both living big life and that being a connection point, but you have to wonder how things felt between them without the noise of fame. Fill the silence. The content creator here responded by saying 100%. They just have themselves now, and at the end of the day, the gaps between what they truly have in common probably feel larger than they ever have. This one here say, I've heard Marty Haley is single again. This one say her next album title gonna be Lavender. This one say it's a PR relationship. This one say, have you seen at least video about Taylor? This one say, yes, the cancellation of this wedding is on my bingo card this year. This one say, I do not understand why anyone ever announces that their wedding planning is on hold. Like, how would any of us know that? Everyone know wedding can take anywhere from a few months to multiple years to plan. We wouldn't have noticed. This one here say, not, they're not. They bought their wedding date from a couple, a elementary school teacher in Medicine Hat, Alberta, who was planning their wedding down in the States, and they're getting married in June of 2026. This one say, I believe her and her team have fully studied CTE. This one say, listen, she wanted to push the narrative and get engaged to prove a point to Maddie and Joe, and that is a hill I will die on. This one here say, hot take. They have already broken up. This is the super slow roll. She wants to see how people respond to each step so she can create her PR response. Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see, people are not really here for Taylor Swift and her allegedly getting married to Travis Kelce because, one, a lot of people feel like considering that she's not really his actual preference, it's literally only a matter of time before he go out here and get involved with his true preference. And two, there's also a lot of people that highly feel like this is indeed his retirement plan. A lot of people literally ever since they got together, a lot of people are saying that it was only PR. To be honest, guys, at this time and point, I don't really think that we would ever know if that is indeed the truth or not. But like I mentioned previously, I truly feel like if they do manage to get married, it just like that previous content creator here said, it will literally be because they have a point that they have to prove. Because at the end of the day, just like that other content creator here said, initially started this because Taylor, she was on a rebound, but I guess it went too far and it ended up being an engagement. But like I said, only time is going to tell, but I stand on what I said. even if they do manage to walk down the aisles, that this meal is literally eventually he's gonna go out here, probably get back with Kayla Nicole, which I truly don't feel like Kayla should do if that ever happened to be a possibility. Or if it's not her, it's gonna be another one of the women that he truly desire. And I have said this before, and I'm gonna continue to say it. One thing that I do have to say about Travis Kelce, he does have exquisite taste in women. Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say about this whole predicament, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce potentially calling off their wedding because they have all of these conflicting schedules. Once again, guys, at this time and point, the only thing that we have to do, sit back, relax, enjoy the show because it is definitely going to play out. Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. What are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.